much have you ever spent on merch?
I don't spend money on merch, I spend it on concerts.
How much have you spent on concerts?
Collectively,
Yes, ever.
ever, we're coming up to the 9,000 mark. And that's sort of a year and 2 months.
You told me 8! You told me it was 8 grand! Okay, so we're at the O2 in Islington at the K-pop fair, and we're here with the lovely Kaylee, who's put this event on, right?
Yes.
And how many have you done of this before?
One before. This is the second one. Very, very new.
And how does this one compare to the first one?
The first one was a lot smaller. This is probably almost double the size of the first one. And we're looking to just expand because it's crazy how many people are interested in this sort of thing and actually coming down, and the sellers themselves are so excited to be here. So definitely bigger and better next year.
Would you say it's predominantly BTS merch here, or there are other K-pop merch stalls here too?
There's a lot of K-pop merch. It's predominantly BTS merch at the moment because BTS merch there's so much of it. It's insane the amount of merch that BTS and Big Hit are pumping out.
Right?
Help me, my bank account is down here.
Okay, so you love merch yourself?
Yes, I'm a K-pop fan myself, yeah.
What's the most amount of money you spent on... Okay, I have 2 questions. The most amount of money you've spent on one merch purchase.
Okay. If I just say over £200,
And that was like a few items, that wasn't one thing.
one item.
What did you spend over £200 on one item?
It was the BTS Now One package.
The what?
So,
I don't even know what that is.
so when the summer package, you know the summer package they release nowadays. It's okay, I'll teach you. It's fine. Thank you. So every year BTS go on holiday and they release this like package of their holiday. They go on holiday, literally like a box DVD, photo cards, fans, like
From their holiday?
from their holiday. They were called Nows, and those are like debut almost BTS on holiday. So yeah, that was the one.
That's insane. I didn't even know that that existed. And that's over 200 quid.
That's how much I paid for it because I was a little bit desperate at the time.
We're all desperate. We're all desperate for BTS. I want everything. I just want to live in this room forever with all of these people. What do you think the appeal is with merch? Why do people crave it so much?
I think it's just that community feel. It's like I want to show my support for someone, and if I see someone else wearing something, I'm like, oh, instant friendship sort of thing. Especially in K-pop where it is like very, I don't want to say cliquey, but it's very fandom based. So if you have a friend who's into one fandom and then they're like into a different fandom, they've got so many different logos of Blackpink, BTS, they've got all the hoodies, and then they turn up to one event, oh, someone with a Blackpink hoodie, and they start chatting, and it's just a way to make friends, I guess.
Look at the pins! Look at the BTS pins! How long have you been selling merch for?
This is actually our first time selling merch.
And what made you want to start selling it?
Well, my daughter came here last year, and then we thought this year we might as well give it a try to see if we can...
Make some money, get involved, absolutely.
Yeah, because we're going to Korea in October, so...
Do you sell just BTS merch or other merch, K-pop merch?
Monster X, VAV, Twice, ITZY, all different ones.
Who's your favourite K-pop band ever? Is yours Monster X too?
Yeah, we've seen Monster X last year and this year as well. And he even came this year.
Yeah, I went this year.
So are you a stan of Monster X?
No, I'm the payment system.
Oh God. I want a tartar. Oh. I want one so bad. Do you love merch?
I love merch.
Do you love BTS merch?
I love BTS so much.
Do you spend a lot of money on merch?
I spend a lot of money on concert tickets.
What's the most amount of money you spent on a concert ticket before?
About £250.
Right. Did you go to Wembley or was it the O2?
I went to all 4.
What? What do you do as a job? Are you a millionaire? You're a student.
If I was a millionaire, I would have my own private concert.
I think we would all have our private concerts. I mean, I do in my head every day. What's the most amount of money, or how much money in total have you spent on K-pop concerts or merch?
Total, I've spent about £4,000 in the past year, but my sister spent about double that.
8 grand. That's amazing. And what's your most prized piece of merch?
It's not merch per se, it's when I go to concerts and I get photos. So I've had photos of like Bang Yongguk, Crush, I'm at Day 6, 80s, SF9, and just recently, last week here, I'm at K&K. Oh, it was so good. They took mine and my sister's flag.
You made a flag? What did it?
Video.
Can you show me the video, please?
You're gonna have to search through all my concert albums.
You have albums for that.
BTS, Day 1. I went to Zico. Day 2, BTS. Ravi in London. BAP in London. Crush. 80s.
Okay.
BTS again, both this year. I went to Monster X as well. And K&K.
Does K-beauty count as merch? Well, K-beauty is like the best skincare in the world, Korean skincare. Have you bought any merch today?
Yes.
Lots. How much?
Like 2 albums and lots of, like 3 albums and lots of goodies and yeah.
Who's your favourite K-pop group in the world?
Fix.
Who?
Fix.
Okay, not BTS.
I like BTS, but I feel like they're the obvious choice.
I mean, yeah, they're always the obvious choice, though,
BTS
right?
got me into K-pop.
Yes.
Until I found K-pop 3 years ago, I only listened to heavy metal.
Amazing!
So
You
I
led.
did a complete 180, and I spend my time putting BTS dance practices to heavy metal. It fits the Dragon Force surprisingly well.
Hang on a second. Hang on. Do you have a YouTube channel?
It got deleted for copyright. Yeah. I take the dance practices that K-pop provides, and I put heavy metal music behind them.
That's the best thing I've ever heard.
The pageantry and the energy of heavy metal, you know, from Alice Cooper to Iron Maiden, it's that show, it's that energy, and that is something that K-pop puts across. I mean, mainly it's a lot more positive than a lot of metal, but it's there, it's that same thing, and I think that's what I'm drawn to.
Hi everyone.
Woo!
Intimidating up here. So just a quick announcement. 3 o'clock. All of the customers. Hello to you all. Hope you're having a great time. 3 o'clock is your last time that you can be in here. You have to be out of the venue by 3 o'clock because your ticket was 12 till 2. But because of the delay, and apologies on that, you can be in here till 3. So that means that you.
These are absolutely gorgeous. Do you do all of these yourself?
Yes, I did. Yeah, so they're my watercolor paintings. So I paint them and then scan them and make them into things.
They are so beautiful. I love all the colours.
I love painting anyway, so I also do other things like a lot of anime-inspired paintings, as well as I do some food-related things like little soba noodles and stuff.
Oh my god, amazing! Hi, thank you so much for talking to me. So I've just found out that you make these all yourself.
Yes, I do. I draw them out and then I get a mold made, and all these prints I've designed myself. So I watch BTS videos, look at BTS photos, and I decide if I want to turn it into a pin, and then I draw it on my phone.
You draw it on your phone?
Yeah, I do. I don't have an iPad. Yeah, I can't.
Yet, Mum, yet. If you sell enough pins, you'll get an iPad.
Yeah, that's what I'm planning.
Oh my god, is that you, Tan?
Yeah, it is.
I really didn't know I needed anything more in my life until I saw that.
Out of the mold, they stamp these, and then they use like an injection kind of thing where they inject the enamel into the mold, and then the pin is made. Yeah.
So who's your favourite K-pop group?
BTS.
Did you spend a lot of money on those tickets?
Yes.
My mum
yeah. And I have a very favorite song called Euphoria.
Jungkook's Euphoria.
Yes,
and also Epiphany. Yeah, my mum listens to it all the time, and I'm just like, yeah, I'm walking upstairs at home, and then I hear Epiphany, and I'm like, oh my god, yes!
Hello, thank you for talking to me. Can you please introduce yourself to the lovely people?
Hey, yo, this is Jaehan. 안녕하세요, SJ 한입니다. Yeah.
Oh my god, I love that. I was not expecting that at all. And what does that mean?
My sort of cover channel is called SJ Hands, so that's like my artist introduction.
Okay, so you do K-pop dance covers, right?
Yes.
And how long have you been doing that for?
Wow, 12 years now?
Do you spend a lot of money on merch?
Unfortunately not. I'm not the type to like buy albums and photo cards and all that kind of stuff, but I do quite like buying sort of like clothing or accessories that I can wear.
Okay. So what's your most prized item that you, in terms of clothes, that you wear that's your go-to look?
See, my most prized merch item is actually an album.
What did you just say?
That's the thing. So I don't have many, but one album that I bought when I was younger was the Shiny Sherlock album. That was my first album that I bought, and I was like super in love with Shiny then. So it's my most prized possession.
That's the one. Okay.
Yeah.
Who's your favorite K-pop group ever?
Favorite K-pop group ever has to be Girls' Generation. I started doing dance covers in 2007, and they also debuted in 2007. They were kind of like my influences to get into K-pop and do what I do.
What's your favorite song, BTS song, to do a dance cover to? Is it Boy With Love?
Oh, no.
Fire!
Sorry. It's not any of their sort of like... The thing is, like, because their sort of like main... what's the word? Their title tracks get like played so many times. I actually really like doing their sort of like B side track albums. And recently I've fallen in love with Euphoria. So
Do you want to fly around a stadium like Jungkook though? On a wire?
That's the thing. I could see the terror in his eyes, so I'm just like, do I want to put myself through that? The first time you're doing it, it's like a bit like, oh, am I going to die or not? I went to BTS on the Sunday, so I think he was like more comfortable then.
I totally missed that. I was there the first night, and maybe it's just this fake smile that he's doing. He's just forcing it.
Yeah.
So thinking I could die any second on this wire.
Professional artist.
Thank you so much for talking to me today. Thank you.
Yes.
Yay! How much have you ever spent on merch?
I don't spend money on merch, I spend it on concerts.
How much have you spent on concerts?
Collectively?
Yes, ever.
Ever. We're coming up to the 9,000 mark. And that's sort of a year and 2 months.
You told me 8! You told me it was 8 grand! You spent nearly £9,000 on concert tickets.
Yeah.
You're my new idol.
I'm going to be your poor.
How do you fund this addiction? I'm going to call it addiction.
I work very hard at my job.
Can I ask what you do?
I'm a store manager.
Okay, amazing. So, is it just BTS tickets or all K-pop tickets?
All K-pop. Yeah.
Who's your favourite K-pop group? They played here last week, right?
Yeah. And I was
Did you
there.
die?
Oh, yes, I did. I died at front row.
You died? I heard they took your flag.
Yes, they did.
Okay, you're not a huge merch person then. You're more your money's on tickets.
Yeah.
But what do you think the appeal is with the merch though? Like why are people, it's just a sense of community?
I understand the obsession with signed merch because obviously it's signed. I guess it's the whole collecting things. You know, when a group brings out 4 albums, you've got to get those 4 albums because there's 4 different posters. And you know, you've got to make sure you've got all the posters and all the photo cards. Whereas I'm like, no, I need to go to all the concerts. I need to give them all the flags.
How much did you spend on the BTS Wembley tickets alone? Did you go both days?
Yes, I went both days and I went last year and this year.
So how much did you spend on the O2 tickets last year? We need figures here, we need figures.
Oh, how much was the
So
tickets? So one day was 180, the other day was 125, and then this year I spent 216 and 117.
What do you think of people that are spending like £2,000 on a resale ticket?
Okay, so I've never spent that much on a ticket.
Nearly.
But I understand because if it is your favourite group and you can't get a ticket and the only ticket is there, does cost thousands, I can understand because I think I could possibly end up being one of those people.
So say you didn't get these 2 tickets at Wembley, what's the most you think you would spend? If you really need to see BTS at the Wembley, how much would you have been willing to pay?
Whatever my bank said I could.
Anything else you'd like to add to this?
I don't think so. I'm just kind of embarrassed about the amount of money.
Babe, fair play to you. I think there's nothing wrong with that at all. Do you have a message for K&K?
I wasn't laughing at you, Gian. It's so Ham's fault. They will understand. They will understand. That.
You have private jokes with K&K?
Yes, I do.
Did you meet them afterwards?
I met them before because I had this special event.
Of course you did. How much did you pay for that?
I spent 250.
£8,000. I'm impressed.